Hello, and welcome to Art Attack. This is my desk, and on it are the things you can use to make your own pictures and cartoons.
He's loud. Little Jackson Pollock? Or should I say Ed Sheeran? Lord knows that's his calling. This isn't actually as fun as I remember it being. Hello, and welcome to Sorry I'm Late, the only video game show that's branching out a little. Today, the word play is doing some heavy lifting, but also, it's not. Stellar beginnings begets stellar retirement, so hold on to your fat balls. Stellar beginnings beget stellar retirements, so hold on to your fat balls as I walk you through another one of my childhood haunts, my grandparents' house. I want to say, for the first 12 or 13 years of my life, I spent most of every single Saturday at my grandparents' house in Rhydymwyn village, a place consisting almost entirely of people between the ages of 95 and 106. Former home of the UK's primary mustard gas production facility, less than a mile from the scenic Tarmac Hendra Quarry, and quite possibly, if not the birthplace of the atomic bomb, then certainly the bed on which it was conceived. So, suffice to say, there wasn't much to get up to besides kicking every inch of pebble dash off the exterior walls and eating frog spawn when no one was looking. Until there was a computer. It belonged to my granddad. It did not have the internet for a very long time. I remember spending a lot of time just drawing over photos with the fire brush, and also just putting things into folders and briefcases which used to exist but no longer do. He would sometimes bring home games from a fella at work like Frogapult and other games that did not traumatize me, so I don't remember them. I remember my cousin owned a copy of Dogs, Your Virtual Pet, and I remember vividly getting in trouble because you could pick the dog up and throw it across the virtual room. Later on, there was the amazing Virtual Sea Monkeys, and winding up to the point, this Art Attack, published by Europress in 1998. If you're from a country that is not England, or connected to England physically, not historically, you might not have heard of Neil Buchanan's seminal hit CITV kids show, but it was a big deal back in the 90s and the early 2000s. It is still remembered quite fondly for being a TV show about making a goddamn mess.
And the sloppy bit. It wouldn't be Art Attack without a sloppy bit, would it?
It aired in an after-school primetime slot, with a killer opening and an incredible set designed by Neil himself after throwing all of his art supplies onto the floor with his producer and saying, "Look at that. Imagine if I were a tiny little scouser in a red sweater." And his producer said, "Neil, lad, that's mad, that is. Honey, I Shrunk the Artist." The point of the show was simple. Arts and crafts for the working class. Bring art to kids that couldn't afford to go out and buy a wealth of supply. And that's important to me, and on the whole. Are you an artist? Brother, can you believe how expensive it is to be a fucking artist? To draw a little picture? For 17 years, from 1990, Neil Buchanan taught you how to make a little something out of nothing. Like a photo frame made out of kitchen sponges.
That looks like that.
Or building your cousin's uncle's face out of soil you've dug up from the recently laid turf. Not to crank its hog or anything, but Art Attack probably had something to do with the fact that I am an artist now. I never studied art, I didn't even take it as a GCSE, but looking back through old episodes showed me that, besides the craft projects, Art Attack definitely taught you a little bit of the fundamentals, Mr. Miyagi style, without you even knowing it, from collage to animation to blending and shape work. Art Attack started as a segment on a show called Number 73, where Neil made his start cutting up plastic bottles and making art out of something that you might have had on hand. He and TVS saw the potential of this and built it into a pilot on location in a disused swimming pool. The pilot's pretty good, dude. It's more like a sketch show than the final product, but you can see from the get-go where Neil's intention lies. There's a couple of skits in there about being a boring critic or a stuffy old art teacher, to show you that the point of this show is to make the act of creation exciting. This isn't Bob Ross from Liverpool, it's fun first, art second. The show, of course, evolved. They brought in a character called The Head. The Head was designed, as Neil himself put it, to take attention away from him, so as to not make you suffer at looking at him for 20 minutes. But it also acted as an analogue to the audience, recounting the steps between segments, and generally failing spectacularly at them, to show that it's not always going to be perfect, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. Try it yourself. So, enough about the real world. Let's dive into the digital. This is not so much a game as a program for play. There's 3 sections to it. A drawing program akin to MS Paint. You could make Homestuck in this, sure. It takes some getting used to, and you can only undo 1 stage, okay? Lesson learned. It does look a little bit like a cock now. You know, you might not believe it, but by all accounts, I have sold a piece of artwork. Now we're talking. Yeah! There we go. The thing about art is that it's not about being good. It's about being the best. And fortunately for you, dear viewer, I am the best. If you've ever seen any of my quote unquote work, you might know that if there's one thing I'm not very good at, is backgrounds. Thankfully, Neil Buchanan has me covered. Oh, broken glass. Bro, this has got the tech. Here I am in the grey rock room. And there it is, a masterpiece, if there ever was one. They always say you should flip your art. And I'm sure that's exactly what they meant. Well, there we are. Let's do one more, actually. Because if there's one thing I know about art, it's that not knowing where to stop is a skill in of itself. Alrighty. I think that's pretty good. That's art, baby. Oh, fuck. There's another drawing program built to emulate messwork on paper, folding paint to make mirror images. There's a Max Ernst style swinging paint bucket, and some sillier options in there too, like the crazy feet. Hello! Alright, so you gotta put glue down. Alright. How do I use this bone machine? There we go. Yeah. Let's get some bones down here. This is just like making art in real life. Cranking out the old bone machine. Let's pop some of that shit down there. What do you call these? Silly feet?
Silly feet.
Man, if I thought my computer hit an Adventure Quest, it does not like this at all. Butterfly this baby. Are they not gonna stick? Well, let's find out. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that effect. Okay, so you gotta glue the bones down. This, look. I'm well aware that this is extremely unemployed behavior. So the thing you gotta understand about art is that it's coming from a primordial lizard brain space. And like, a computer couldn't do this. I don't think, this isn't a great piece or anything, but you know what it's got going for it? It was made by an idiot and not by a computer. And I'm gonna make this in real life. I think we've had our fun here. I've seen work worse than this. Then there's the bit that I remember the most, a cartoon maker. A word of warning, this is the first time that I've tried to run a program this old on this poor, dying machine, and capture the footage at the same time, and let me tell you, I had a hell of a time trying to work this out. It would only run in full screen mode, and would regularly crash on me. Oh, come on. Oh, goddamn. I spent the first 4 hours of the day fucking recording and playing around and just having genuinely, I had a fucking blast, bro. I had a great time until after all the crashes and the warnings that frankly I did not understand as they popped up. I realized that the screen capture doesn't work when something operates in full screen. That's not information that I had, so I lost the best version of this footage. What the fuck? Oh, come the fuck on. But if the point of these videos is to be like, hey, look at this old thing, have a crack at that, yeah, brother, it's on the Internet Archive like everything else. Just download it, have a good old time, you know? You could just use Paint or Photoshop, but they do say that the best art comes out of limitation. And let me tell you, this has got some fucking limitations. Once upon a time, there was a Frankenstein, and he was king of the world that was gonna blow up. He sent his friend Stinkfinken, the cowboy, to go on a quest. I am going on a quest to save the world from blowing up, if I can get my jeans to stop falling down.
I am a cactus.
Oh no, it's happened again on this bridge.
Wow, look at that freak! Is he gonna save the world? Oh my god, he's gonna blow up. I'm running away. I gotta run away.
Honk snoo, honk snoo, honk snoo.
Oh, another guy. Maybe he will save the world. Scary little man, you have to save the world from blowing up.
Oh, this happens every time. I just want to kiss my wife and go to bed. Ah, there she is, my lovely slop wife. Hello, honey, I love you. Yes, I love you too. And then the world blew up. Researching this show showed me something. That the nostalgia for Art Attack is primarily based around two things. Number one is PVA glue, and two, just not being very good. People struggled to make things one-to-one. They remember their mums getting mad at them for making a mess, but making things one-to-one, as we've said already, was never the point. Art Attack was about getting kids to engage with their own creativity. In the first few seconds of the swimming pool pilot, Neil says this.
Well, art isn't just about drawing and painting. It's about using anything you like, in any way you like, to create visual excitement. Something that gives your eyeballs a shot.
Is what you made good? No, probably not. But that's not the point, pal. It's never been the point. Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa by accident over the course of a decade. Hannah Hoch is my favorite collage artist of all time, but I don't think everything she made was objectively good. Hell, good and bad literally cannot exist in the world of art. It's just not how it works, I'm afraid, and that should be a relief. You don't get to be Juan Moreau or Basquiat on purpose. You just scratch the itch to make something. Then you do it really hard, over and over, until you get exhausted or die. It's about play, and play is important, not just for kids, but for everyone. It's a lot harder these days, at least for me, to separate work and play. When I make a collage or a painting, I have to switch off the part of my brain that says, bet you could sell this. Bet you could make some money out of it. You want to make some money? Aren't you unemployed still? Don't you want to make money? It's like 21 Pilots said. Something about waking up and making money. I have to switch it off. I have to switch off the monetization button in my head and say, this is full play. I am engaging with this for myself. Sure, I will still throw it on Instagram or in print because I want somebody to look at it and pat me on the back and go, that's very good, that. Wow. Did you really put these two images together and pretend it's something new? Yes. Thank you so much. But an important lesson that I have learned over these past few years is that I'm not doing this for you or for that feeling. I'm doing this for me, for my gratification, to get the things out of my head so I don't have to think about them. I'm doing this for me. This is an art attack. This is an art attack. This is Art Attack.